Well, hello, everybody. What's up? Welcome, everybody, to the GamezAttack podcast. I better turn this down because I don't know how this is going to sound when it's up and running. But welcome, everybody. This is the GamezAttack podcast at OldFreakyGamer at OldFreakyGamer.com. And yes, that is a AI-generated theme song that I finally figured out how to do, and then I had to do some weird editing. I know you can hear a few little imps in there. I had to stitch it together, and I did that at the last second, to tell you the truth, but it all came together, and it sounds pretty damn good for AI. Wow. Microsoft Copilot and Suno. That's who does it. Suno, with Microsoft's Copilot and stuff, does or should I say, what is that? What is that? The AI initiative? I forgot who's behind that too, but yeah, that's pretty cool. I gotta tell you, you know, it makes all this other stuff like this.
That's a good game.
Enjoy your gaming.
Or is this it?
Dude, go fuck yourself.
Or that's AI generated. When I typed it in, this stuff I only typed in some words, like I typed in OldFreakyGamer, the GamezAttack podcast, Mr. Mike, some variable stuff, and then it stitched it all together and it made a song. Now, note, I wish they would make a full song. Like I said, you got to do like the extend. You got to do a few tricks to get it to do that. And then you try to stitch stuff together the best you can and stuff. And you can't always choose exactly the exact sound and who sings it. It changes a little bit. Like this is like hard rock. I did a R&B one. Did a techno one and stuff, a dubstep kind of stuff. I did a whole bunch of variety of stuff, and I said, this sounds pretty damn good, and I'm thinking I might use this as my new official theme song to the GamezAttack podcast. Let me know in the comments below here at YouTube, if you're watching this on YouTube or oldfreakygamer.com, and of course it's a YouTube video and you can watch it and comment about it, the theme song there, and the upcoming themes music for the Games News Talk Newz, that I actually have a AI theme for that as well, and let me know there. What else was I going to say? You can email me at oldfreakygamer@gmail.com if you want to talk to me about these AI music songs. Maybe there's some better thing out there that could do it even better in full. I don't know. It's great for people like me that have no musical talent as is, but has pretty good editing skills. Like if I actually took the super time, I could have probably tweaked it just a bit more just to get it to be very smooth across the board. But I think it was pretty smooth across the board as for the, 10 minutes that I worked on this stuff at the last second today. But I did do the music yesterday. And I'm recording this podcast way ahead of time, just to let you guys know. This is a way ahead of time podcast. I'm doing this on a Thursday. I didn't even think I even said I didn't know I was going to even have a podcast out this Monday, but I said to myself, Mr. Mike, you got some days left before you go on your big trip. As you're listening to this, I already went on the trip. I already went out of state, went to see a concert, Judas Priest, over in Ohio. First time I've ever been out of America, out of state for about over 20-something years. Yeah, that long, folks. I haven't been out of New York for like 20-something years. Isn't that sad? Oh, well, it doesn't bother me, but, you know, Some people might think it's sad. I don't know. I don't think it's sad. But, yep, went to the concert. Can't tell you how it is until I go because I'm talking to you in the past, before the concert. So then I'm going to see the concert, and then after and all that, I'll be coming back soonish. And then today, as you're hearing this on Monday, the podcast is going to go up on YouTube and all major podcast apps if you want to just listen to the audio version of it, which you can listen to the audio version or watch the video at OldFreakyGamer.com, or you could go to Podbean.com for the podcast, or like I said, any podcast app. I can download it on my podcast catching app. You can download it on iTunes, this, that, everything except for Google Podcasts because they're shutting that down because they're using the YouTube as the podcast realm for their podcasting needs. Then, and Google, they like to fuck things up. Anywho, I thought it was great. I thought I wanted to add a little more spice. I know I got the original start here. I could play for a second. I got this start right here. It's pretty good, but I wanted something newer. It isn't bad, though. It is a good start to a podcast, but I wanted a little bit of theme talk music, a little bit of singing. And because I can't afford shit and I do everything for free here on this podcast, I said to myself, Mr. Mike, why don't you just try the AI thing? When I heard about how because this stuff's just started coming out now with the Suno and the Copilot integration stuff. With Microsoft and all that, using the browser and all that. All that stuff just started coming out not too long ago. So this is all still fairly new. And me, even though I'm a technical kind of guy, it was like, is this going to work? Is this going to work? Let's try it. And then finally got it to work, and I'm very happy with the results, So let me know, because like I said, I'm thinking this is going to be my new theme music, because why not? Why not add a little spice to the theme music? I'll keep the ending theme music the same. But like I said, anything can change down the road, but hey, why not add a little spice? We're almost a year into this new initiative here of OldFreakyGamer.com and the Old Freaky Gamer as me, Mr. Mike here, and the GamezAttack podcast going strong on its 28th episode now, even though there's many, many, many more podcasts before that, but that's just because those are old from the old network and stuff that I used to do, so I'm not counting them, even though I'd been doing the GamezAttack podcast for way more than 28 episodes, but because it's on a whole new network, it's on a whole new thing, and it's on the OldFreakyGamer.com and stuff, I said, why not reboot everything? Reboot most of the stuff. There's still the GameOn sessions and everything else that I do that basically I continue going on past the GG2cast days of my old youth, should I say. But we're here to talk more about games, not just, of course, my AI. Even though AI, very controversial. A lot of people don't like the AI. They're like, it's going to put everybody out of business. It's going to put these musical artists out of business, which here's the thing. I wasn't going to pay anybody to sing and make a theme song for my podcast anyways, because like I said, I do all this for free. I don't make money from it. If I eventually start making money from it, maybe I can hire somebody to do a new theme song. I don't know. Or I'll just continue to do the AI. Who cares? I know people care, but, I usually do most of the stuff on my own anyways. A lot of the sound bites, a lot of the other stuff. If it's something I haven't scraped from a movie or the internet or something else, I make some stuff myself, so why not use AI to help? I don't think it could be that bad of a thing, but, people are indifferent about AI. Me, I say it could be a good tool to use in a lot of stuff, and a lot of art, and a lot of music, and a lot of movies. They use some AI stuff. Gaming eventually, maybe we'll get better. Maybe they can utilize AI and not be afraid of it, and utilize it to make the games, the future games, even better. Like have AI in the game that can learn and adapt, and consoles will probably have to be definitely more powerful to do that, but utilize that and utilize like the software that's going on in the consoles to play these games. And in these games they can build like a virtual AI utilizing the console hardware to think and maybe adapt the games to make them more difficult or easier, to make them better for the players to go, whoa, this game is awesome. And an adaptable, futuristic type of a game like that, I could just think of so many possibilities. Like I said, you could get like certain enemies here. You could go back. Maybe you shoot an enemy, but you don't kill the enemy, and you're going somewhere like super far or something, or you're on the next level, and then look who came back. It's that enemy again. He didn't forget you. He's healed up or whatever, and he's coming after you, and you can try to hide and duck out or whatever, but the guy will, the creature guy, whoever will still come to try to follow you and find you. They should make games like that. I play so many games, open world games, all these other types of games out there, RPGs, this and that. And it's like, okay, how about if you kick a guy's butt or something, or you don't kill a guy, or whatever. Like I said, and imagine that guy wants to get revenge on you. It's like that revenge system that Warner Brothers has copyrighted. They have what do they have? Did they copyright, or they have whatchamacallit for it? I'm trying to think of what it's called. They have they have what's it called? It's not a it's like a copyright, but what's the technical term for it? They have rights to it. Let's just say that for the technology, they own technology. It's not something that anybody can really use. They got to license it out. They got the rights to license it out to other people, and it was that what was it called? The revenge system or something? That's what I was thinking of. And it was in the Middle Earth games, which I really like. Those are really good games. At least the first one. I never played the second one. Lord of the Rings, Battle for Middle Earth and stuff. I haven't played the second one. The first one was pretty fun, and it had that revenge system. Like if you beat the bad guy or something, or beat the one guy, another guy comes back, or the one guy, if you didn't kill him or something, he comes back and he comes to hunt you down or something. Like if he kills you or something happens, and it's what was it called? I'm trying to think of the name. It was something like the revenge system or something. It's a really good system, and no other games out there ever adapted it, except for maybe a bit with Assassin's Creed Odyssey. I think that adapted, and they created their own way, their own like revenge system, their own revenge system in a way where bad guys and characters would remember my character or remember Cassandra and try to take her out and stuff during Assassin's Creed Odyssey. Like she would have a hit mark on her and something. So I think Assassin's Creed Odyssey was like the only other game that I knew of that they did the whole enemy revenge system on there. But it was really good. It was a really good system, really good with all that stuff. I really had fun with Assassin's Creed Odyssey because of that stuff. And imagine if AI was able to take over and adapt everything and learn your patterns, learn your gaming patterns, learn the game, and basically how what you put into the game, like levels of difficulty and all that stuff. The AI will adapt around that and say, okay, you feel like you're not good enough for this or you're good enough for that, and it can adapt you for certain situations and say, okay, we'll make it really challenging for you on this because you really want this game challenging, or I'll make this game more story-based, but we'll give you a little bit of challenges along the way if you get really good at stuff, and we'll make it really fun for you. We just won't make it like, oh, this is just going to be one section that's going to be hard no matter what. We're going to adapt that and make some really cool shit with that. So possibilities in the AI front are endless, at least in my case. And you know what? I'm not going to fear it. I'm not going to fear Skynet. I welcome my robot overlords, the masters of the robots and software and AI and stuff. I welcome my AI overlords. I don't mind that stuff at all. I was never scared of that shit, not at one bit. So, yeah, what else? You can use it, with the Cortana thing, which it used to be Cortana in Windows before they stripped her out of everything and it all failed. And some people were like, why would you use a killer AI from the game Halo to be the AI mascot, and everything went downhill and now it's just Copilot and stuff. That's what they call it right now. And it's like, really? You guys got scared of the Cortana thing, or it never worked out, or it was never advanced enough? Microsoft was working on AI for a while. Computers, stuff like that, software, and then now gaming and stuff eventually. So I welcome it. I welcome it. And that's all I'm going to talk about AI. Let's see here. Let's talk about games. Let's talk about the games that I, Mr. Mike, have played in the past, is it weeks? Yeah, weeks since I've been, since my sick podcast, which, thank you for, if you were watching or listening to that podcast, thank you for being, I got some more watchers and listeners, and thank you for your understanding, because I was really fucked up still. I had to pause recording that podcast many multiple times because I was still like coughing or couldn't breathe, or I had nose problems, I was still really bad shape at that time. But I got it out and I listened to it myself, and it sounded okay. Like I said, I do this stuff for fun. I do it for free. I do it as a hobby, or like I always like to say, a lifelong hobby, because I'm going to be doing this for my lifetime, depending on how long my life is going to be in this world. But this is something that I like to do once in a while. I come home, I want to play video games. Sometimes I want to show off my gameplays. Sometimes I want to talk about video games and industry and stuff. And that's why I do this. I don't do this to make a buck or two, because I don't make no money. I lose money, but it's my hobby. And I like losing money on my hobby. It's a hobby I like to pay for. And as you can see in the photo, if you're watching the video version of it, that is also a real photo of some of my collection of games and game memorabilia and stuff. That's just a small section of it. A lot of my games now are mostly digital. I hate to say that. I would like more physical games, but because games are getting bigger and and stuff, and they can't really fit all the games on discs anymore. They could if they put multiple discs, but then it costs more. I hate to say it, right now, the way of, major modern video games of now are going to be digital going forward. If it's smaller titles, smaller games like, the Switch, Nintendo and the Switch, Switch 2, it's going to still be digital or physical for a while until their games get really big as well. But games are going to be physical on that because they're going to use carts and stuff. But for PlayStation and Xbox, and it's been like this for the PC for the longest time, it's going to go all digital. A lot of the game discs that I see there in my picture for the Xbox Series X and S and all that, that's all been just the digital code on a disc, and you pop it in and it downloads all the game anyways onto the drives from the internet. So take it or leave it. A lot of that stuff you cannot play off of the discs. That's just how it's going. And could it all change in the future? You never know. Maybe they'll backtrack and we'll go back to the beginning again, and it's all back on discs again with games and all that. Maybe the gamers the game industry as a whole, all the companies will figure out, oh, maybe these gamers aren't wanting to just download all their games digitally to this. It's hard to believe because hard drives are big and cheap. I know not for the NVMEs and M.2 drives that are in these systems now, these DDR5s and stuff like that, or GDDR6 for the memory, but for the M.2s and memory for storing the game's data, I know that's not cheap. I know that's still not cheap, and still at low capacities, like up to 4, I think for M.2 drive, I think the largest is a 4 terabyte one. And I don't foresee them getting any bigger in the near future, maybe in the farther future. I always wanted a bigger SSD or NVMe, I can't say that too well. I'll say M.2 drive. I always wanted a larger one. I know there's some caveats to those too of, how well do they hold the data? How well is it going to be? And they're expensive to put the chips on. I don't know. I think there's a racket out there for NVMe drives, M.2 drives, solid state technology drives. I think there's a racket because they've been making solid state stuff for a long time now. I know because most of this shit all comes from Taiwan and comes from very few companies and stuff out there, and they got the foothold and the grasp on the memory technology of the world. But still, come on, people. It's got to start building more shit elsewhere. And then they say, there's not enough demand. I'm like, I bet there would be enough demand if you made a 20 terabyte M.2 drive. I know I'd buy a 10 to 20 terabyte M.2 drive, and I'm just saying, could put a lot of video games on that. A lot of video and video games on that sucker. Make them storable, so if you want to just put all your data on them and store them in a closet. Then you have this nice little stick or something or whatever. If it's a little bit bigger stick and you can store all that data and shit on there, that'd be some good loving there for data. So here's the games. Let's get back to the moment at hand. Here's the games that I have played in the past weeks.
The games that have been played in the past week.
That's a good game.
Enjoy your gaming.
Dude, go fuck yourself.
I had to add Cartman in there because that little son of a bitch is one fun little guy. South Park. That's where I grew up, folks. Okay, so the games that I've been playing in the past weeks on the Xbox Series X, I'm just gonna run through these because why not? You heard most of these before, but Army of Ruin on the Series X. I wish that game would eventually go to Windows PCs. And I know it's on Steam and stuff, but I mean, I wish that game would go on Xbox for Windows, Xbox, Windows, PC, Game Pass for PC or something. I don't even mean Game Pass for PC because I'll buy that game again if I had to, but that is a fun Vampire Survivors-like game where it does the same thing as Vampire Survivors, but upgrades and all the other stuff seem even better, and plus seems like there's more levels and more, graphically styled looks to it that it's just the way it feels and plays that made me like, this is my new Vampire Survivors. Now note, I still love me some Vampire Survivors. I haven't played that in a while for a while, but Army of Ruin, if you haven't tried it out, it's on the Series X, it's on Steam. I would bet it's on PlayStation. I don't know if it's on Switch, but I do know it's on Steam and Xbox for sure. And like I said, probably PlayStation, because why wouldn't they not have it on the Sony PlayStation? But it is a fun Vampire Survivors-like game, and I've been playing that a little bit every day, unlocking stuff, getting achievos, of course. But it's one of those reasons that I keep my console around to play games. And it's a fun little digital game. I think it was on sale when I bought it. I must have got it cheap. At least it had to be like under $20, if I may remember on that. But if you want to check out something that's Vampire Survivor-like, that would be Army of Ruin. And trust me, with the wizards and the witches and all the weird stuff that they got going on in that game, it's really cool. They don't do vampires. They do other creatures, other monsters, and witches and warlocks and stuff like that. It's really cool. It's a really cool game. It's on the Series X, like I said, on Steam, and like I said, probably PlayStation as well. I'm just gonna add them in there. Steam or Switch, unknown. I've been playing last week on my stream, and the week before that, even though I didn't do that on Friday really because I was really in bad shape and I had to do it on Saturday. I was playing a lot of the Star Wars Battlefront Classic Collection on the Series X. The games that people are loving to hate and saying, holy shit, Aspire, you guys are fucked over the whole Star Wars Battlefront Classic Collection. You know, people are up in arms about, I guess, mods or something that they used and they put in the games that they weren't supposed to. I don't know anything about that. A lot of people were saying a lot of things about it. The online, of course, wasn't working properly. Now, it wasn't working properly for me the first time, but the second time that I was playing Star Wars Battlefront Classic Collection, it was working quite well, I would say. It was working. There was people playing. I don't know if there was a lot of people playing, but there were some people playing, and I tried my best to play a few matches and stuff that, of course, I didn't win online with some other people, but mostly I was just playing the campaign missions and stuff like that in the Star Wars Battlefront Classic Collections, and those campaign missions and the skirmishes and stuff like that, that's what I always had fun with. That's like I said, I know all the people are complain about that, even though they should be complaining about other games like the Tomb Raider Remaster Collection. Now that's something I still complain about. Still haven't gone back to see if they fixed a lot of stuff, even though they keep saying that they patched up more and more stuff. And they took away some stuff too in the Lara Croft games. But Star Wars Battlefront Classic Collection, I like them. I think they look way better than the originals. Now, no, I haven't played the PS2 original Star Wars Battlefront and Battlefront 2 in a long time. I do have the ROMs from my emulator because I don't have the physical discs anymore because I don't have a PS2 anymore. So I don't have the PS2 discs anymore. So I had to get the ROMs for them because those got to be very hard to find. But yeah, so I will try them out. And like I said, I've had a lot of fun. I had a lot of fun streaming Star Wars Battlefront Classic Collection. I think they're still very fun games, even if you don't have that much fun playing online with them. Like I said, I didn't buy them to play mostly online with them. I bought them to play the campaigns, do some skirmish modes, play some other stuff just by myself, and play with the AI robots, which I think they do a very good job of. They do a very good job of being AI opponents for me in the battles that I do. But been playing a lot of that. I've been playing definitely a lot of the Star Wars Battlefront Classic Collection, and I think Aspire did okay with them. I don't know. people complained that it's a lot bigger than the originals, which I keep saying it's probably because they have the up-res videos in them. I didn't remember the videos in the original ones. That's one of those things I got to test out in the original Star Wars Battlefront games, see if they actually had videos in them, because I don't remember any of the videos in the originals, and if they did, they're probably just up-resed everything, and higher texture packs and higher video bit rates do take a little bit bigger size to be put on your hard drives for the game, so I can understand that. Another great game that I don't know what to call it. I should look it up, but I'm not going to. I'm just gonna pull this out of my ass. Orcs Must Die 3. I'm playing it on PC. It's also on Game Pass for Xbox, but I got it for PC Game Pass, and I've been playing on PC and been having a lot of fun. It's like a tower defense wave-based game where waves of orcs try to, attack and try to go into this. I don't know I might have not paid too much attention of it, but they're trying to get to this blue portal thing to get through and take over or whatever they're going to do in the portal, cause a lot of mayhem and death or something. But they're trying to get to this portal on one side, and then they're trying to break. They got to go through this, like, I wouldn't say maze, but like this setup where you could build a maze, or you could build traps and barricades, and your character. This is also something that they want maybe more than one person to play with each other, like maybe up to 4 or something to play Orcs Must Die 3, but you can play it definitely by yourself. I've been doing that, playing it by myself for the longest time, and I've been having a blast, and learning how to take out certain orcs and doing certain things and how to make my battle area, my tower defense area, I should say, really hard to get through. So the orcs keep dying at certain points, where I create bottlenecks and stuff to like home them all in one area and then just fire. It's been pretty fun. I never played the first 2 Orcs Must Die games, but this one seems really good, and it's just really fast-paced. You learn how to strategize in this kind of stuff, because you are also shooting and battling and stuff yourself. Like, I'm shooting a gun in one hand, or I could use the like a mana gun on the other hand, where it shoots these balls of like mana and it hits them and it blows up and causes more damage, but you run out of that very quickly. But the gun you get unlimited ammo with, and that stays pretty equipped with bullets a lot of the time. And it, like I said, I do like me a good tower defense game. I know there's not that many out there, at least for Xbox and PC Xbox and stuff. I know there's probably a bunch on Steam, and there's a bunch from yesteryear and stuff like that. But wow, I think for a game like that, and I think them putting it on Game Pass probably breathes a bit of life, or a lot of life, into Orcs Must Die 3. I know it's going up against a lot of the other competition, but it's something, like I said, a Game Pass game that has a unique thing, a unique strategy on how to strategize, how to keep the orcs from getting to your blue portal and stuff. And I think it's a very unique puzzle-like tower defense type of a game. What more can I say about it? Check it out. It's on Xbox and PC Game Pass. You could also buy it. I think it's, $20? I haven't checked that out. I haven't remembered what it was. I can load this up and maybe it'll tell me. Let's see here. Does it say view details? There we go. Okay, I was wrong. I thought it was like $20. It's on sale if you're a Game Pass member like me. I'm a Game Pass Ultimate member. With Game Pass, it's only $23.99. It used to be $29.99 or $30, and it's only $23.99. Or if you have Game Pass, I just play it on Game Pass and have my fun, which that's what I'm doing. I'm playing it on Game Pass, having some fun on Game Pass with this game. What do they say this is? They say more of everything. Let's see here. New story, war scenarios, war machines that never stops. Take drastic steps, scramble to survive. This game is by Robot Entertainment. Oh, does that mean AI made it? Orcs Must Die 3 ushers orc slaying mayhem to a previously unimaginable scale, solo or with a friend by your side. Arm yourself with a massive arsenal of traps and weapons. Slice, burn, toss, and zap hordes of repugnant orcs in this long-awaited successor to the award-winning series. Okay, I guess this is from an award-winning series. All I can say is it's a good game. It's a very good game, and I definitely recommend it. And yeah, what more can I say on that? Also been playing a little bit here and there of still Like a Dragon Infinite Wealth. I beat the main game. I know that. I've been playing Dandoku Island a bit here and there. I'm still trying to raise. I'm still on 3, but eventually I'll get to 4 sooner than later. But I'm trying to get my stars to 5 stars on this island. Once I get 5 stars on Dandoku Island in Like a Dragon Infinite Wealth with Ichiban and stuff, I think I will be done with that. I think that game will be had its hooks into me. I played it. I streamed it. I beat it. And I think it's about time that it's almost done. It's almost done playing that game. And like I said, Dandoku Island is my final step, my final fun play. It's like playing Animal Crossing. It's my final mission in life to play. And then when that's done, I'm not going to the Sujimon thing. I know a lot of people have been highly praising the Sujimon stuff in Like a Dragon, Infinite Wealth and stuff. I am not one of those people. I just never got on board with it. I think it's just because I'm too much like the regular Pokemon and stuff like that and Digimon and all that other stuff. And it's like, I don't care about the Sujimon. I don't care about dicks and scumbags. And frankly, I know they'll probably bring them back for the next game. But if they didn't do any Sujimon bullshit for the next Like a Dragon game, I would be just fine with that. I could be just fine with that. You could bring back Dandoku Island or some other thing, resort thing to build stuff on. But once it comes down to it, I just really did not give 2 shits about the Sujimon. I didn't really do any battling. I don't know. It's like the rock, paper, scissors thing. It's like when in the early Yakuza games, when they were still called Yakuza here in the States, and now that everything's Like a Dragon, you know, it is what it is. But back when they were still called Yakuza games, and I was playing in the early ones like Yakuza 0, and I think they might have had it in Kiwami, if I remember correctly. That's when I played with those cards, those battle trading cards. That's when you first seen stuff like that, where they had side missions where you'd play in those battle sequences and you'd battle with the cards, and it was just rock, paper, scissors with sexy, scantily clad ladies dressed up as bugs and stuff like that. And that was really fun. I got into that, but even then I did it. I beat it once, and I was like, I'm never going back to this shit again. You know, it's not something I really come to these games for. I come to these games for a lot of kooky, fun side quests, the main stories, a lot of the other little stuff that the games have to offer. And sure, you could put some of that stuff in there, but it's not going to be like, oh, It's not going to be like, oh, yeah, I want to play all this Sujimon stuff in this one or a card game and that. I just like the main stories. That's what I play the Like a Dragon Yakuza games for. Mainly the stories. And then, like I said, Dandoku Island caught my eye, but the Sujimon stuff just did not. I know a lot of people like the Sujimon stuff, but I'm just not one of them. Not one of them. Not one of them at all. So, been playing that on the ROG Ally. I deleted it from my PC, but like I said, once that's done, I am done with that game. Then I'm done. Then it's on to the next games and stuff, which right now it might be sooner than later, but I still want to try to beat all the Dandoku Island stuff. I know it's going to be a little challenging for me, but I think I could do it. I think I can. And the last game I've been playing on and off, which sometimes annoys the shit out of me because of how the games are programmed and stuff. And I know a lot of people write in all the time in the comments saying that this game sometimes fucks people over and shit, and that it's crazy hard at times and stuff. And I just been attempting to play it a little bit here and there, especially to get some extra achievos, or with my rewards app, playing a Game Pass game gets me some more reward points and stuff. So that is the only removed game that I ever played. So Ninja Gaiden, or Ninja Gaiden, I should say, not Gaiden, Ninja Gaiden, because that's what people like to say. 3 Razor's Edge. It is one of those Game Pass games. I've been playing on the Series X. I've been having some of my fun. I played Ninja Gaiden games before. I forgot what the last one was, maybe 4, but I played a lot of these types of games, especially the Ninja Gaiden series. I have no problem taking out my knives and swords and trying to use my knife swords on people, and then sometimes I gotta throw my my ninja throwing stars and stuff like that. It could be a hassle. It could be a hassle, but I have some fun in the game. I'm learning what my character is. It's got like I keep forgetting all the game names too. That's another sad story. It's got a game problem like the other game where what am I trying to say here? Where you're battling and it's just like should I say roguelite? I don't even know if I'm using that terminology right. It's like roguelite where you're just constantly hack and slash. And then they could do some really, the bad guys can do some really heinous stuff. Like I'm fighting the bad guys with my sword on the ground. And then you got these guys with rocket launchers and stuff in the upper levels or the air or something, and they're shooting at you, and then they can get you all the time, and then you're getting stuck between the enemies on the ground, between them, and you're trying to kill them as fast as you can so you can then focus, because if you don't and you have all these bad guys all around you, then your focus goes all off track, which mine has been doing a lot in the game lately. And I'm trying to kill the guys up top because they're shooting, other guns and rockets and stuff at me and trying to blow me up. And I got all the guys on the ground that I'm trying to keep back and kill, but then I get overwhelmed and it's just like, oh my God. So that stuff's been taking a bit of time to do when all's said and done. But still a fun game to just pick up and play and get a little challenge once in a while on the good old Xbox Series X. There was another game that, as of this recording, I have not played yet, but I will be playing it, and I tried it out yesterday because yesterday there wasn't a patch for the game. Today, as I'm recording this on Thursday, there is a patch for the game. For Fallout, I'm talking about Fallout 4. I know New Vegas is another one of those Fallout games that we're going to work on, and et cetera, but yeah, I wanted to play Fallout 4 again, especially when I found out that I could get a whole new set of achievements on the PC version of Fallout 4. And I'm like, okay, I want to play it. Found out that this game is very much broken from the very beginning, because why not? And what am I going to say here? And because it's really broken and stuff, a lot of people were complaining about it because, the whole show is out, the Fallout show, which I'll get into for a brief moment. Like I said, I don't usually talk about show, movies, or TV, but because this is a show, a series based on the video game, the Fallout games, and I guess it happens after Fallout 4 or something like that. That's what I'm hearing. That's the timeline where the show is. I just wanted to go back into the wasteland and waste a whole bunch of wastelanders and stuff. I wanted to go back, come out of the vault. I played yesterday before I found out that it was crashing and stuff on me. I did play a bit of the beginning. I got to make my character, design the character, blah, 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 blah. And that's as far as I've went. I know, sorry about the dead air. I'm trying to think. I know it was crashing, like it crashed after I got into the vault after the whole nuke thing, the whole beginning of the game. And then when I finally got to play a little bit, it just went crash, 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 which they said it would. But like I said, this is all before they finally, after all these years since Fallout 4 came out, finally apparently decided we're going to patch up these games, these Fallout games, at least New Vegas and Fallout 4, and you basically, yeah. I can't wait to try it out. I want to play Fallout 4 on my ROG Ally. I want that to be my open world ROG Ally game, because I always wanted to play a Fallout game in a handheld, portably. That was my dream for a while, because I know before the whole Skyrim thing, the whole Skyrim joke and stuff where they would put Skyrim out on everything, they put Skyrim out on the Switch, which I do have a copy of Skyrim for the Switch, but I also have it for PC and Xbox and stuff, so I don't really need to play my Switch version, but I keep it around for posterity. But they created and they shrank and they put out a Fallout New Vegas. Yeah, it's just crazy. It's just crazy, and when I can play that game again, which probably will be, because this is Thursday, tomorrow I'm not doing a stream because, like I said, Friday for you guys last week, this week for me, because I'm going to the concert, I am not going to be doing a late stream because I got to get up really early on Saturday morning to get ready to go on a trip out of state to Ohio for the concert and stuff. So that's going to be a bunch of hours to get on the road, get on out. Plus, me and my friend want to do other stuff out in Ohio, check out some food places, some other places, stuff like that. Hang out there for a while before the whole concert and stuff. So tomorrow, for me, as of I'm recording this, oh boy, going back and forth in time is just crazy, folks. It's like Back to the Future, but just talking. I'm going to try to play some Fallout for tomorrow, Friday, on there. And then I'm thinking if everything's all hunky-dory and dandy, and I'm just saying this now, but things can change, but if everything works out, I might try to do a video of it as well. I might try to record a video of me playing Fallout 4 on a PC and putting that out eventually as like a Let's Play or something. But then if it all goes well and I do have a good time in it and it plays well, it works well, blah, 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 it captures well, then I'll decide to do a stream next Friday or your future Friday, your Friday after this podcast. So Friday from this podcast, I might do a GameOn stream with Fallout 4. No mods or anything. It'll just be the regular Fallout 4, which I hear also the mods, which we could get into because I got a lot of Fallout 4 news here, are not working anymore. They nuked the mods for Fallout 4 because that's what Bethesda does, is nukes their own products. Yeah, Todd Howard, he's not really good at protecting assets. He gets assets more broken than fixed, even though you're patching games to make them run better. And then it's like, oh, mods aren't going to work after this patch. Sorry. Smiles. Play Fallout 76. Sorry. Oh, Todd Howard, you son of a bitch. But all in all, the Fallout show is amazing. I know some people are like, there's too much of this. There's too much sex. Somebody said there was too much sex. And I'm like, there was only one sex scene in the beginning. And it's not really a sex scene. It was more of a PG-13. They are having sex with the lady was having sex with the clothes on. The guy took off his clothes, but all you saw is his butt. She still had her Lucy, the main character, still had her wedding dress on and stuff. So you didn't see nothing from her except her feet and stuff like that. But if you have a foot fetish, there you go, foot fetishers. Otherwise, all they talked about was sex, or all she talked about is wanting to get laid and get a baby and blah, blah, blah throughout the whole series. And she wanted to get married, blah, 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 because she's a vault dweller and she didn't want to keep fucking her cousin. You know, they had cousin fucking jokes and stuff. Because, you know, you're all living in the same vault and there's only a few hundred of you out in there. And, you know, who you going to fuck? You're going to fuck your cousin once removed or whatever? Yeah, whatever. Going to fool around with cousins, you know. That's inevitable in the vaults. And what they talk about, what's been going on going into the future and all the appropriation and stuff and everything else. And yeah, it's a very good show. It follows the Fallout games very well, after the Fallout games, I should say, very well. And I like how they backtracked a lot of times into the past and showed how it all basically it all went down, and they have a main character who is a ghoul, one of the main characters, and he starts off in the series as not a ghoul, as a man back in the day, over 200 plus years ago, and when the bombs dropped, before the bombs dropped and stuff, he was a show guy. He was a actor, basically, cowboy actor guy, and had a family and stuff, and a lot of shit went down, and a lot of other stuff in the show. Go watch Fallout. It's on Amazon Prime Video. You got to get a Amazon Prime or Prime Video subscription to watch the Fallout TV series, the season 1. They have greenlit season 2, because why not? Because this show is really blown up out there, and it deserves a second season, so why not? And I'm sure it's going to come out on Blu-ray, because this is made by Amazon or MGM Amazon Studios, because now they own MGM and stuff like that. And they did this for The Boys too, which is also another original series that they do on Amazon Prime. They're going to put it on Blu-ray. So if you want to wait and you don't want to stream from Amazon and you don't want to pay them $6.99, I think, for the streaming, that's what I paid for. Or if you don't want to pay for Prime, a Prime membership anymore, which I don't because I'm like, you could just go ahead and wait. And I'm sure, like I said, the Fallout TV series show will be on Blu-ray matter of months. I don't know. They're pretty quick at putting out stuff on Blu-ray. So, hey, we'll probably see the Fallout show on Blu-ray, and then I'll buy the Blu-ray of the Fallout show because this is something really special for people that are into the Wasteland and Fallout like I am. And like I said, I hope the game works. I hope Fallout 4 works. I see on my Xbox PC dashboard list that people are playing Fallout 4 on PC and Xbox and stuff, and a big uptick on the Fallout 4, even though Bethesda and Todd Howard will not make another Fallout game until after Elder Scrolls, because that's what they're making after Elder Scrolls, and they're damn sure that they're not going to hand it off to somebody else to make a Fallout game because they want to keep it in-house. They want to keep it in Bethesda because they're greedy bastards. So we're not going to see or get a Fallout game anytime soon. I will be very old when the next Fallout game comes. Because when the Elder Scrolls game comes, that's what, another 5 or 6 years from now? Yes, then that means the next Fallout game is probably, 12 years from now, if I'm thinking about that? 12 years. We won't get a new Fallout game for 12 years. That's my prediction. 12 years. Maybe 10 for good behavior, but maybe 12 years until the next Fallout game comes out for the next whatever console, PC, whatever. Holy shit. Isn't that crazy? That's crazy and sad because it's like, well, why don't we put more teams on the next game and make Fallout a game for another team under Bethesda or something? But they're not going to do it because Todd Howard, I know this guy, he seems like a control freak. He seems, a lot of these games, he's like the main mastermind of these games, even though he's been dropping the ball a little bit since, Starfield, and some people said he's dropped the ball during Fallout 4 and stuff. But you know what? I loved Fallout 4. I didn't have no real complaints about Fallout 4 at all. I thought it was a great game, but there was a lot of people that didn't like Fallout 4. Okay, I understand. But they're playing it now, and it seems like people like it now. And for Starfield, I like Starfield a lot because here's the thing. Even though it's missing like lots of different creatures and aliens and characters and a lot of other things, I played it, I hacked it, I modded it, and I still got my achievements, and I got to level up and do a whole bunch of stuff to it that made it more fun for me. So I enjoyed it in my own way. I didn't enjoy it in the way that they wanted me to enjoy it. I enjoyed it in my way, and I still got what I wanted to get out of Starfield, which, frankly, play it your way. That's how I feel. Play the games your way, the way you want them to be played, and how you feel they should be played. And that's all I got to say on that matter. But I will try out Fallout 4 tomorrow. When I get out of work, I'll try to play some Fallout 4. Maybe do a little video, a little Let's Play or something for. Maybe I'll put it out on the weekend before this podcast, or maybe I'll put it out next week after this podcast. We'll see. We'll see what goes on after my concert and everything like that. But yeah, I'm really wanting to get into some Fallout. I still got to get back into Hellblade a little bit, Xenosaga Hellblade, before Hellblade 2 comes out, which is coming out very soonish. I think in a couple weeks. Is it in May or is it the end of April? I forgot when that's coming out. It's coming out soon. I am going to look this up now. Hellblade 2 release dates. It is coming out May 21st. Okay, so I still got some time to play. And they show Blade 2. You're funny. You're funny, Microsoft Bing. Microsoft Bing not only put out Xenosaga Hellblade 2 and the release date for that, on the side here, on the right side, they put the movie Blade 2. Even though I didn't even say it. Okay, Blade 2 is in the name, but that's not what I was looking up. But they put that on the side. It's funny. I love that. Imagine if Blade was in Hellblade. Think of the possibilities. That was great. That was great, Bing. That made my day. Wesley Snipes in Hellblade. But that's coming out May 21st, so I got some time to play the first Hellblade and get that done. I played a little chunk of it. I got up to, I think, the first boss or something. I know a lot of people say that this game is like, even though you can get through it, it's a hard game to play or something like that. But I've been using a cheat, mainly watching somebody else play it, and I'm just looking at things of how I am going to tackle the game and play it. So basically I want to play through the first one, see how that story, started or began or whatnot, get through that, and then I'll get into when the Hellblade 2 comes out, I'll be really on top of that stuff because I think it's very interesting. I think it looks really good. I think it's very interesting. It's just figure it out. And then I got other games. I want to get into a Final Fantasy. I got to get back into Final Fantasy again. Got to try that. Maybe Final Fantasy 13 again. Try that for reals this time and get it really good because I could play that on my ROG Ally. A lot of things I've been playing that I can play on my ROG Ally because now that the weather's getting warmer out, and even though I'm not going to be doing so much gaming on my PC here and on my console, I'll be outside. I already got I got my awning up. They just put it up today as of this recording. They put the awning up. I didn't even know they were going to put my awning back up already, but they did. So it's all ready for the spring and summer for me to chillax under there and do some gaming outside and relax on my outdoor couch and stuff. I got to still clean up the porch deck, though, before I can do any of that. But pretty much it's all set and ready, and I'm ready to get out there and lay down and relax and enjoy the games on my ROG Ally. The thing that some people still complain and say it's bad, even though they haven't played it since forever, and they still say it was a piece of crap because it overheated and their SD cards popped out. But okay, many of us still use it, and a lot of people still talk about how great the ROG Ally is, and me for one play that my ROG Ally for a long time, almost not every day, but a lot of days, and I've been loving my ROG Ally for the longest time because it plays all the PC games that I put at it, all the PC games, and now that I got emulation on it. So I might as well talk about that a little bit. We're done with Fallout talk until the news. I got a lot of Fallout news talk going on here. But like I said, I'm going to try out Fallout 4. I highly recommend the series if you like a lot of violence. There is a lot of violence in the Fallout series. A lot of head blowing up, a lot of head stuff, a lot of gross stuff. But hey, it's action. It's action. It's action-packed. I don't know what the other people are talking about with the sex stuff. I don't think there's a lot of sex jokes and adult sex jokes and stuff. But sex is it's not sex. There's no real sex in the game or the movie shows yet. And like I said, if you don't want to play Fallout 4 and you want to play New Vegas, like I said, they got that all patched up, I guess. There's all the other Fallouts. There's Fallout 3. There's Fallout 76, which I hated back when it first came out, and I played the demo and the beta. I might try to get back into Fallout 76, maybe. I don't know. I hear a lot of people are saying that's been pretty good now because they added the NPCs and stuff back in the day. I'm hesitant to try it out, but maybe I'll try it out. I don't know. Let me know, guys. Let me know in the comments, in the YouTube comments thread, or let me know at oldfreakygamer.com or oldfreakygamer@gmail.com and let me know, how is Fallout 76 doing? Is it better? Is it better? Should I play it? Should I try it? Because if I do, I want to enjoy it. I just don't want to play and go, ugh, this game sucks. I would like to know. But we're going to continue on, and we're going to talk about, what was I talking about? I was talking about Rogue Ally. Oh, yes, Rogue Ally. I've been playing on my Rogue Ally some, and I don't have it in the show notes, but I actually got the emulators to work. I put an emu deck on my Rogue Ally for the first time. It was like a few weeks ago, and I was playing around. I'm like, okay, I gotta learn, because a lot of the stuff wasn't working. The controls weren't working and stuff, and I figured out why the controls weren't working. Because if you use Armory Crate and you put the apps in the Armory Crate and use the Armory Crate settings, that gets the control pads on the Rogue Ally to work with the emulators. So make sure you put each emulator after. You got to use the emulators first so that it recognizes them, the software. And then when you put them in the Rogue Ally Armory Crate software, and then you click on those to launch, use it to launch the emulators, then you can use the controls on the Rogue Ally to play the games in the emulators, which I'm like, okay, it makes sense. And I'm like, well, why don't the controllers work outside the Armory Crate? I can understand why and why not, but it's kind of weird that it doesn't work without it. But if you plug in a controller into the Rogue Ally, it works automatically. It's just one of those weird things that the Rogue Ally does with the Armory Crate. But I understand the Armory Crate software is the end-all, be-all software that controls a lot of stuff, like the controllers and the game pads and stuff, and the games inside and stuff. So I don't mind. I don't mind it because I use Armory Crate for all my games anyways. I don't do the whole icons on the main desktop anymore. It's all in the Armory Crate because Armory Crate's been working quite well. Unlike like I said, I don't want to really mention his name, but he's a game talker. He's a game journalist still, sort of. He does gaming podcasts and stuff. He's a little older, and he's definitely a little crotchety. I can be crotchety too, but he's really crotchety nowadays, especially being a dad now. He's seeming like he's a little more crotchety and stuff. And he doesn't really have much patience for anything, and he doesn't like to keep trying stuff for a little while. It seems like he gives up on a lot of stuff. I'm not going to mention who, but you might know who I'm talking about. But like I said, he hates the Rogue Ally. Every time he brings it up, he's like, oh, that piece of shit. And then that piece of shit that my memory card heats up and popped out, and the unit was super hot and stuff. And I'm like, since day one, that thing was never that hot. It was louder, or it still wasn't as loud, but it was, the fans were running a lot faster back in the day. But before they really got to get all the settings and everything down, and Armory Crate was still a little flaky, but then they got that pretty good. And ever since, with all the updates throughout the whole year and stuff, that thing has been rock solid, and they've been doing God's work, the gaming God's work of putting in updates and updating the drivers for newer games that are coming out and all sorts of stuff. They've been top notch. They've been on their game at Asus, keeping the Rogue Ally up to date, and they just got an update coming up, which I will talk about in the gaming news. And it's like, wow, it's almost been a year, and this thing is amazing. And I know they're talking about like the Rogue Ally 2 already, and that they're working on the next future rendition of the Rogue Ally, which I'm like, okay, as long as it's not coming out until hopefully next year or something. If it does come out this year, I'll be like, ah, shit. But I'm hoping their Rogue Ally 2, maybe they can announce it this year, but hopefully that thing don't get released until next year. And I'm hoping it'll have a lot of the improvements I would want in it. And I talked about this on many podcasts of the GamezAttack podcast. I forgot which episodes, but it might be a Rogue Ally episode. You might get on that, but I'm hoping I don't know if they ever listen to people like me, but I would hope they would add more memory and better drive space so I can put in full fuller sticks of M.2 sticks in there and stuff. So I could put a 4 terabyte drive in that new sucker. Battery life, I know people want more battery life. I'm sure they can add more battery, but I don't really care. I like it the way it is now, where I just plug it in anyways, folks. If I run it off a battery, I know it runs for at least up to 2 hours, but otherwise I plug it in. It's not a big deal to me. I plug it in. I have an USB-C extension cable that goes from the power outlet to my ROG Ally. It's not a big deal to me. Like I said, I just want more storage. I want more memory in that sucker, especially video memory. So when you're playing, more intense games, that can run those games and they can look better and they can run smoother and all that. I want that stuff in there to, the chipset that'll be a little bit more powerful. Doesn't have to be super powerful, but it could be a little bit more powerful. And maybe more USB-C ports. Maybe, they could get rid of that. I know they're going to probably try to keep in their graphics proprietary port. Maybe make that a USB-C port too. Just put in more USB-C ports. Put in like 2 on the top and 2 on the bottom or something. I would like to have more USB-C ports on the next ROG Ally. I would like that. Otherwise, the size and the shapes and how everything works, it works great. Maybe get rid of the back paddles. I don't need the back paddles at all. That's maybe another thing. But otherwise, I love it. And when the next one comes out, if it's powerful and if it's more powerful, I know it's probably going to be more powerful than this one, but if it's significantly more powerful or powerful enough where it justifies the price or prices, if they decide to make different SKUs of the next generation ROG Ally, then I'll probably be ending up getting another ROG Ally, getting in the newer 2nd gen one. Especially if they add an OLED screen in the next one. That'd be pretty cool. I know people are saying, they're going to add a hollow effect sticks. I haven't had any problems. I've been gaming with this ROG Ally for a long time, and I have not had any problems with the sticks whatsoever. No stick drift or anything yet. And I found out before that this didn't have hollow effect sticks, but they're pretty darn good sticks. They've been working pretty damn good still, and I haven't had a problem with them. But yeah, I would definitely get a new one when it would come out. Yeah, if I wanted to get. So why don't we get into the games news? That is the games news of the show, because I don't know what else I could talk about. Like I said, I've already talked about I'm going to this concert on the weekend. I might drop a Fallout 4 Let's Play during the week after this podcast, or maybe the weekend. Probably the week after the podcast. But who knows? Maybe I'll do it on the week. I don't know. But I'm guaranteeing it's probably going to be during the next week. And I might stream Fallout 4 on Friday. I already talked about all that. What else? Talked about AI. Talked about the Fallout and Fallout show a little bit. Not too much to really wanted to get into. So why don't we get into the games news? So the games news, folks, and here is what I'm considering the new theme song of the games news. So here it is now.
Locked and loaded, ready for the fight. Game Talk Newz, gonna set the stage alight. Mr. Mike's got the scoop, he ain't holding back. Dropping bombs on the gaming industry track. Hear the thunder, feel the roar. Game Talk Newz, gonna settle the score. From E3 to PAX, they got it all. The highs and lows, ready to brawl.
That was pretty good, right? Wasn't that good? I like that. I thought that was really good. Let's listen just a little bit one more time. Except for the only thing that this AI did that isn't around anymore is E3, but you never know. If it comes back, then we can do it.
Locked and loaded, ready for the fight. Game Talk Newz, gonna set the stage alight. Mr. Mike's got the scoop, he ain't holding back. Dropping bombs on the gaming industry track. Hear the thunder, feel the roar. Game Talk Newz,
All right. You don't have to listen to the rest. The rest is just instrumental, but all done with me inputting some stuff, and it's doing an AI thing. And then it added E3 and PAX, which I did not add in, but it knew to add in E3 and PAX, which I thought was pretty interesting. That's AI, folks. I like it. And I think that's a pretty good Game Talk Newz theme song. I think that might be the official themes songs, folks. The official theme song for the podcast, and this will be the official AI theme song for the Games News, because why not? And then I got to make something for Games Played, probably. I'm probably going to do something with that next. Instead of Game Time News, Gameplay News, now, you know, what I did before. I love AI. My AI overlords could take me over any day. So, you know what's taking over every day, and that's everybody talking about Fallout. Fallout 4, Fallout New Vegas, all the Fallouts, good, bad, in between. The Fallout TV show, which started it all, which ramped it all up and made everybody go crazy. Everybody just goes crazy for some Fallout. It's been dormant for so long, and after the show popped out, people that knew about Fallout or didn't, newbies and not newbies, went, oh, that looks cool, that show. Oh, it's based off a video game series. Oh, let's play the video game series. Oh, the video game series is dope. I'm going to play this. Meaning uptick in the gamings. But not all players have had fun, because what they've been talking about over at Bethesda with these updates, especially the Fallout 4 update, the next-gen update, breaking crucial mods and a crucial mod and mod support and stuff. Apparently, though, even with the mods being broken and stuff, which they did say that their updates would be breaking mods and mod support, which a lot of people were pissed off about. Players have been finding workarounds to this. So there is a way to keep all your mods from breaking. It involves preventing or reversing the update. So many mods have been impacted by the update, including the all-too-useful Fallout 4 script extender, or Fallout 4 or F4 SE, as explained on its Nexus Mods page. So Nexus Mods is a big mods website for modding mods for games and stuff. Various games, a lot of games from, you know, Microsoft games and stuff, and other PC games. You can't do console games, but PC games in general. And they're very big on mods and stuff. I download a lot of mods from Nexus Mods for games. They're a very good, trustworthy website. But the F4 SC is a fundamental modding resource that extends scripting capabilities without permanent side effects. A wide variety of mods rely on the project to work at all, so without it, modifying Fallout 4 gets a lot more complicated. So 2024 4-25 Fallout 4 update 1.10.980 or later has broken Fallout 4 SE and the rest of the native code modding scene. Similarly to Skyrim's Anniversary Edition patch, the F4 SE developer Ian Pat stated in a post, "I'm working on an update. It cannot currently offer a timeline for its availability, nor whether there will be any crucial technical issues that would block an update. Do not email with questions." But I guess the guy that made the mod is working on a fix to update everything. But as of right now, unveiled more than 8 years after the game's initial launch, Bethesda's Fallout 4 Next Gen update adds performance improvements, creation club content, and more. It's an existing moment for a franchise that many have recently returned to thanks to the Prime Video series. And for right now, people are saying, hey, there are people and players already finding workarounds for this. It's not just your average mods facing the fallout of Bethesda's Next Gen update. Your enormously popular Fallout London mod, which people have been talking about. I don't know nothing about it. which adds new story elements, locations, and much more, was originally set to release earlier in the week. However, when the Fallout 4 update was announced to arrive, as of this recording, Team Fall On was forced to delay its project. No new release date has been announced, and it's unclear how long it'll take for the team to compensate for Bethesda's changes, which they were really pissed off about because they weren't notified by Bethesda or Microsoft about the changes. I don't know how it goes about that. I guess they got some NDA stuff hence why they can work on. They were working on this mod and stuff for the game, but I don't know if Microsoft and Bethesda really have to notify modders of, oh, this new update will break the mods or something. I don't know. But I know it's stupid and bad on the part. It's a bad, it's kind of bullshit that it breaks stuff like this with an update, and why Bethesda was working on it and they didn't think of how to unfuck that in a way. But it's like, I have questions about. I know if you want to patch certain things, it fucks up other things. But for mod support, why couldn't they just make something? So why couldn't they just work on keeping mod support working in Fallout? I know it takes a little longer, but if you're working on updating Fallout 4 and Fallout New Vegas and other things already, wouldn't you want to make sure everything's working, including the mods for it? Because that's the biggest thing for your games, because people like to mod the games. I know for Starfield, I love to mod it, which is really good. And Bethesda was all about, in their presentations, we support mods and mod support in our games. And then when you break it, years down the road, it makes you look like a bunch of jackasses. I hate to say that, because it's one of those companies that I like a lot of their content and games, and they're owned by another company that I really like, Microsoft and Xbox, Phil Spencer. But sometimes you got to say, what the fuck are you guys thinking and doing? Maybe they should have held off on I hate to say held off on the patch for a little bit longer, or trying to make it so that you could keep mods working. But I don't know. I don't know how you unfuck that. I hope everything gets unfucked with that. But, yeah, it's just one of those things for that. More stuff. For talking about the next gen update, it's not just for the PC part of Fallout games, Fallout 4, but it's also for Xbox and PlayStation. But apparently there were some issues with Fallout 4 for PS Plus, because I didn't know Fallout 4 was on PlayStation Plus, but I guess it was on PlayStation Plus as well. Owners are currently cannot get the next gen update for free before, and apparently an update to this article states that a Bethesda Software's community manager posted an official Bethesda Discord server stating that the company is still working on to resolve the issue for the PlayStation Plus owners unable to access the free next gen update, because it was being blocked, or it was telling people that you have to purchase Fallout 4 in order to get the update, which that's funny. But if you're a PlayStation Plus gamer and you're getting the game with your PlayStation Plus subscription, and that's on the rival console, mind you, I don't know. That's weird. It's weird that wasn't working right, and that it was saying you got to purchase the game. I don't know if Microsoft did that Bethesda / Microsoft did that on purpose. They said it was not on purpose, but I don't know. It just makes it sound like, oh well. But talking more about this Fallout 4 Next Gen update, it brings in a new quality and performance mode, widescreen support, or I guess better widescreen support for PCs and stuff. I don't know. And consoles, because we got wider screens. And 3 free Creation Club content packs for all players. Okay. Let's see here. It says the Fallout 4 Next Gen update will be available on the PlayStation Plus extra members. To PlayStation Plus extra members through the PlayStation Game Catalog. Your patience is appreciated while the teams work on, as I'm reading on here, work on this. Okay. Huh. A lot of weird stuff, There's a lot of weird glitches because this is for a game that's, like they said, over pretty much 8 years old now, and it hasn't been patched or updated since. And now they're trying to scramble to get everything working, and sometimes that shit don't work very good when you try to do that for multiple systems, multiple consoles, and stuff like that. They even had a bug here for Fallout 4 Xbox achievements not working before. This was before the updates were going on. Updates were going for Fallout 4 and all that stuff now. Apparently people were playing Fallout 4 on their Xbox and stuff, and the achievements weren't unlocking, like they weren't popping, and now they fixed that as well. Xbox support announced that the Fallout 4 achievements had been fixed. So people are unlocking achievements again. So a lot of things have been broken with it. I don't remember having too many issues with Fallout 4. I know there's those little glitches in the game where you get stuck in certain places, but you can do that in New Vegas as well, where you get stuck in places and stuff. But I don't think I've seen too many problems with Fallout 4 of breaking. But like I said, it's years later, run on different hardware and new hardware, and sometimes shit gets fucked. I don't know. That's just how it goes. But they're working on all that stuff. They're trying to work on all that stuff as best they can. So I hope they fix all that stuff, because people want to play Fallout 4. You got, like I said, you got the show Fallout series. It's a big hit. They're gonna make season 2 of that. You want these games to run as best they can. I heard rumors that they're modding, that there's being work done on a remaster of Fallout 3, which that would be pretty cool, because I would definitely get that when it comes out, especially if it has a whole slew of new achievements for me to get for that separately. Yeah, because I can't get them again on this. That's weird, because on my PC, Xbox for PC, for Game Pass, where I can get all the Fallout games for PC here, it shows Fallout 3 having all the achievements unlocked already. So it's tied into the PC, and Xbox and PC are tied in together. New Vegas is all unlocked. But Fallout 4, hence why I want to play it again, none of those achievements are unlocked, even though I played Fallout 4 on the Xbox and I unlocked all the achievements. So the Fallout 4 on PC compared to the console is separate? So why was Fallout 3 in New Vegas the same, but Fallout 4 is separate? That's weird. That's the same thing that happened with Skyrim. Skyrim was separate as well. But yet, Fallout 3 and New Vegas, which came before all those other games, were connected. That's something that didn't make no sense to me. Because a lot of that stuff was before Microsoft deemed all achievements from the same game on Xbox and PC to be tied in together. I kind of hated that. That was a little pet peeve of mine, because I'm like, oh, I want to get double achievements for all these games. Some of these games I could still get double achievements for, so I was happy that I'm still able to get double achievements for certain things. Like I was looking at Tomb Raider, because they announced, which I'll talk about in a little bit, that the Tomb Raider game, the Definitive Edition, is available on Game Pass now. I looked it up, and it had all my achievements unlocked from the Xbox part into the PC part. I'm like, oh, I can't earn these achievements again on the PC side, because I am an achievement whore, folks, and I'm crazy, and I love the achievements. I want to play the games for the achievements. That's why I'm playing. That's why I'm going to play Fallout 4 again, because then I can get a slew of new achievements. And then if I ever go crazy and I decide to buy all the DLC again for the PC version of Fallout 4 and play, broken whatever harbor and broken anchorage and all that stuff, then I could get more achievements for that stuff. I don't know. I want to play more Fallout 4. So this is helping me play more Fallout 4 because it's like playing it for the first time again because I'm going to unlock new achievements and all the fun. You heard enough from me talking about Fallout 4. Let's talk about more fun Microsoft stuff. Like Microsoft is bringing its Xbox dashboard to the web with party chat and more. Xbox Cloud Gaming is getting an updated interface with features you'd normally find on an Xbox console. Because don't forget, Microsoft has their streaming initiative. And, for people that don't have dedicated consoles or PCs or gaming devices, and they might just have a phone or a tablet or something, and then you still got, crazy Apple and Android bullshit going on behind the scenes, unless if the EU fixes all that, or the European Union or the UK fixes that kind of shit with sending down new injunctions or whatever they're going to do maybe with that stuff. Microsoft and people got to be very creative what they do. So Microsoft's like, well, you can stream our games through our web browser app. So now they want to make it more friendly for people. So if you're playing on a laptop in the web or whatever device, one of the other few, there's a lot of many Android streaming gaming devices out there, that are actually built. They're built like the ROG Ally, but all they do is stream games and stuff like that. They don't really download games, maybe some Android games or something, but they're really just streamers and streamer handhelds. That's what this is going to be for, mostly. So Microsoft is previewing a new Xbox Cloud Gaming interface that includes social features and a UI you normally find on the Xbox dashboard. The new interface includes access to a web version of Xbox Party Chat, so you can use a browser to join a call with friends instead of the dedicated Xbox desktop and mobile apps. So it keeps it all on the one thing, and you don't have to go, oh, I got on a phone or this. You don't have to do the Switch thing, where if you want to play with somebody online with your Switch and you want to play with a friend, you can only talk with them on a phone because they don't have chat and they're online because they're stupid as hell. They're ignorant and stupid over at Nintendo because Nintendo is the Apple of the video game industry, and they do like Apple does. Walled garden, locks everybody out, charges crazy prices, makes a ton of money on everything because we're all goo-goo for Nintendo shit, and they're behind the times and they don't want anything. It's their way or the highway because that's Nintendo. Oh, and they like to shut down everything and break everything in old games because they don't want to keep a little mini server around to let people play certain games. That's something else somebody else has a problem with. Let's see here. The updated web interface also includes the ability to find and manage Xbox friends and send messages, view user profiles and achievements. So everything you would find on an Xbox, and even access notifications. Microsoft is testing this initially with Xbox insiders before rolling out the interface to all Xbox Cloud Gaming users, but it's just another thing for their initiative to put it on more devices. As this new interface is a part of the Xbox Cloud Gaming, most of it will also be available on smart TVs, which that's big for them, Meta's Quest VR headsets, and other devices too. The Xbox Party Chat feature on the web isn't currently available on smart TVs just yet, though. The Xbox Cloud Gaming interface has already been modeled on the Xbox console home screen UI, so additional guide features is a great improvement. Most of the functionality was only available once you launched the Xbox Cloud game. So being able to start an Xbox Party Chat on the web and have it continue between game sessions will be very useful for cloud gamer players. And it's probably going to be super lightweight, so when they do allow have it available, because I can understand why you don't have Party Chat on a TV, because The TV don't have no microphone. Maybe some TVs do, but you're going to need maybe a headset to Bluetooth connect to your TVs eventually, and then when you Bluetooth that and you Bluetooth your controllers, then you can play. Whew. A lot of stuff going on with that. That's TVs. But that's pretty cool. I'm not one of those types of people that streams games. I do stream once in a while, like if I need that one Microsoft reward thing and it says, oh, play this game, and I don't want to download it to my console. I just want to play it for 2 seconds, so I'll stream it. Streaming works. Playing games streaming works very well now, at least on my PC. I tested it on my ROG Ally. I think it works good on that. Just don't do it on my phones or anything like that. I'm sure it works, but it's big, especially when they eventually roll out, which they're still working on, I think, rolling out where you can play your games from your console to your stream and stream it to your device down in the near future for all the games that you own on your console. That will be big too. That would be big too if they are able to allow that in the future. You know what's happening in the future? An Xbox showcase, people, in June 9th. Way before my planned vacation, mind you. Because originally, this would be like a couple days before my birthday. It still kind of is. Let's see here. May, June. It says the 9th. So it is basically, still before my birthday. My birthday's on Friday the 14th. This is happening on Sunday still, but June 9th. So it seems early. You would think it'd be like on the 16th or something of June, but I guess they want to do it earlier. I don't know why, but or was it always on June 9th? I don't know. I'm crazy. Don't listen to me half the time, folks. See, this is where the crazy Mr. Mike comes in. But it is, the Xbox Showcase is coming June 9th. They're talking about with a new Call of Duty and more. A lot of people were complaining about how, even though they own Activision Blizzard now, where's all the Activision Blizzard games and all that stuff? A lot of people are still touting, what's taking them so long for all these Activision Blizzard games to come on Game Pass and stuff? And I'm hearing all the old fogies talking and complaining, and I'm sure there's a lot of other gamers complaining about it. And I'm like, well, they brought out Diablo 4 just as a piecemeal, just to get people to be happy for once. To say, okay, here we go. We got blah, blah, blah. Hold on 1 second, folks. I'm double dutying here. I'm actually downloading some games to my hard drive here from the internet, and it takes a long time to download them. So basically, they are, they piecemealed it because there was a lot of hubbub about, oh, how's the life of Xbox and all this other stuff. People thought Xbox was going away and blah, 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 and all this other bullshit and stuff. And in favor to get people to be happy with them, they brought out I can't speak now. My mouth wants to talk, but my brain doesn't want my mouth to talk. You know what I mean? But they wanted to bring Diablo 4 out, so they did. Even though they kind of screwed up the PC Game Pass release of Diablo 4. I'm talking to you, Phil Spencer. Why is that still in Battle.net? Get it off of Battle.net, sir. Put it into the regular Game Pass Windows section. I want achievements for it too, buddy. I want it for PC. Doesn't matter. I'm playing it on my Xbox anyways, but I was really hoping to play on my ROG Ally. But I'm not downloading no damn Battle.net. They better uncouple that Battle.net from Diablo 4 and other games, because I'm telling you people, that's a dumb, stupid thing that they're doing. But anywho, they are waiting for the showcase, the Xbox showcase on June 9th to announce that they're bringing all the back, or most of, or whatever they could bring back at the time, the Activision Blizzard catalog to Game Pass. I know that was their plan all along. That's why they were hoping they were going to get the company sooner than later, but because the United States and the UK and the ETC or whatever, FCC or whatever bullshit government handles, I don't even care anymore. They were all whining and complaining about Microsoft purchasing Activision Blizzard and owning them and all that, and there was a whole hullabaloo over it. If they would have been able to get it before, they would have announced all this games and stuff, and all of Activision Blizzard's catalog would have been on Game Pass already last summer during their showcase, because they would have had they would have been like, hey, we got all these games now, and here's a big announcement. We own the company. Here's all the games. But now, which I knew they're working on it. They're trying to make them work right. They're trying to get them into service. I'm hoping, fingers crossed. And they're adding them to Game Pass eventually. And then when it's the showcase on the 9th, that's when they're going to release their lists. They're going to say, hey, everybody, guess what? We own Activision Blizzard now. You know that. Here's all the games that you were waiting for, that you were crying and complaining about. Here they all are. And they're going to show off a whole trailer list of all the games and franchises that are coming to Game Pass that are going to be, and they're going to announce, hey, and they're all dropping right now during the showcase. So when you go home to download your games or whatever, you're at home, or they're at home anyways, we're all at home anyways watching it. Hey, all these games are dropping on Game Pass now, so you can go and download them and play them now. That's what they're waiting for. They're going to say, we got all these Call of Duty games, we got all these games and these games and these games. I'm still wondering what's going to happen with World of Warcraft, unless if they just say we're going to just leave that alone and it's going to be a separate thing. Or are they going to add World of Warcraft to the Game Pass library? Because, like I said, if they added World of Warcraft to the Game Pass library and I'm able to play World of Warcraft for free and not have to have a subscription, because I already have a subscription to Game Pass Ultimate, I would be very much inclined to try it out. To try out this World of Warcraft on my PC or ROG Ally or something like that. Because, because that's how it goes, right? But, all the games are going to be coming out during the showcase. I know a lot of people are like, no, that's stupid and bullshit, blah, blah, blah. Oh, why did they should bring them out now? Oh, I hear there's this one guy on this other podcast. I'm talking about another guy that complains a lot about stupid stuff like, well, all these games not out on Game Pass yet. And it's like, okay, dude, you're not a big gamer. You're not even a real gamer. You talk about Microsoft shit. He talks about Microsoft stuff. In general, he's a Microsoft talk person. He journalist, Microsoft journalist, but he knows barely jack about gaming. He plays only one game all the time, Call of Duty. He might play a few other games, but mostly Call of Duty. And he was talking. He was like, well, "Why isn't all this? Why is this next Call of Duty? Where's all these games that they got now from Activision Blizzard? Why are they not dropping it now? Because they're waiting to make a big presentation. Because they're gonna make June 9th a very big explosion of a presentation. That's what they're trying to do. They're trying to get the hearts, the minds, and the hearts and the souls of the gamers that they want to keep with Xbox, and all those other people that are Xbox deniers to go, whoa. And they want to blow everybody away during the showcase this year, because they got a lot of catching up to do, goodwill, all that stuff. Even though I've been thinking they've been very good with Xbox brand, but apparently it's still not making enough money or whatever. I don't know. Shareholders and corporations always bad. But they're working. They're gonna announce it all there at the showcase on June 9th, and they're gonna announce all those games. I'm telling you right now, they're gonna announce all those games. They'll probably have some other big bombshell games that they're gonna announce coming out eventually. Probably show off a real Fable trailer maybe this time. fingers crossed because I really want that new Fable game. I know that Hellblade's coming out pretty soon, but I really want the next Fable game. I'm really excited for another Fable game. They might talk about another Forza game or another Forza Horizon. Maybe. We'll see if that's something in the cards, but I'm really looking forward to a Fable game. I am. It's been a while since the last Fable games, and I think they could do really good with a new Fable game, and I would definitely play the shit out of that Fable game. And I'm sure there's other games, too, that they're going to announce. You know, there's tons of other games they'll give updates on and announce, and maybe they'll announce a whole bunch of other games coming out, and they'll announce, of course, the next Call of Duty game, and then it's coming out on Game Pass, day one, blah, 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 which I would be willing to play, but I'm only going to play the story mode on the Call of Duty games. When all these Call of Duty games drop, all the back catalog of them, I'm going to play them, but I'm only going to play the stories because that's all I go for is the Call of Duty stories because I always thought that the Call of Duty stories are pretty decent, so that's all I'm going to be there for. I'm not an online player. Hopefully they'll announce some Gears of War stuff. I know there's people they were talking about the next Gears of War game. I'm hoping if they're going to do that, they'll announce the next Gears of War game, but it's not going to come out for another year or so. And maybe they'll announce like the Gears of War. I don't want to say trilogy, but the foursome, because I know a lot of people don't care for Gears of War Judgment, but I want that also to release and like an updated quadrilogy or four trilogy set. I know they're going to update. They want to come out with the remasters of Gears of War 2 and 3, but I want Judgment as well because I loved Judgment's online multiplayer. I loved the one multiplayer where you could play as the Locust and you could try to break into a base. That was the most fun online game ever. And I do like playing some of the Gears of War online stuff with the hordes and the waves of enemies and all the other stuff. And yeah, going battling one-on-one with other people. But as time progressed and the Call of Duty or the Gears of War games progressed to like Gears and stuff like that, it all became super fast, and I didn't like that. I like my Gears games to be slow and tumble. You could still go fast, but you're still clunky and stuff, and it was a lot more fun than shooting and stuff. But I know they're going to announce more Gears stuff, and maybe they'll have remasters of the other Gears games or something. That's what I would do. I would announce like the release of the original Gears games and as remasters and stuff like that with new achievements, of course. And then announce and show off like a teaser of the new Gears of War game, even if it's just a little teaser. But then we got all the Gears remasters to play first, so we don't care about the next Gears of War game because they can keep working on that till the next year or two. You know what I mean? But this December, I keep saying December 9th for some reason. June 9th, Xbox Showcase. It's going to be, like I said, it's before my vacation, but I will still watch and cover it. I'll do one of these where I'm watching, you can watch, and then we'll have a video and a video podcast out for it or something. Maybe just a video. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see how it goes this year. Like I said, everything's all weird and funky with everything. So we'll take it as is. Talking about Tomb Raider Definitive Edition finally arrives on PC after a decade, but only on the Microsoft Store because they were the ones that I think helped publish it before. I forgot if they were or not. I think they helped publish it, but it's only on Microsoft Store. Visual improvements make their way to PC after 10 years, but we're not getting any new achievements. Like I said, it shows that all the achievements have been unlocked, and I'm like, I would have played it, but because all the achievements are unlocked, I'm not going to play it. And it's kind of sad for me. It's just me, because I'm an achievement whore, and I wanted to have the achievements. But it is out. It's out on PC. It just came out. Originally released on the PS4, Xbox One in 2014. It can officially be downloaded on the PC, but only through the Microsoft Store. Like most similar releases for other games, Tomb Raider Definitive Edition packs in all the previously released DLC, including Tomb Raider of the Lost Adventure, single-player outfits, and the collection of multiplayer goodies, as well as a suite of graphical enhancements. And they're saying, however, places like Steam and Epic Games Store still only have access to the Game of the Year version of the experience, which includes add-on content without the visual improvements. So, yeah. So is the Tress Effects hair is going to be even better now in this? Is that what they're saying? Or Tress Effects hair? She's looking kind of good. She's looking Lara is looking pretty good in this. And then they were talking about the remaster here. Did I put this on here? Nope, I didn't. But also they did an update, which I think makes it still worse. Which Tomb Raider 1 through 3 remastered, they removed some of the pinup pictures of Laura without any explanation. So they censored Tomb Raider 1 through 3 remastered and took down her pinup pictures. I guess she's got some raunchy pinup pictures of herself in the locker room somewhere. I didn't notice them before. But people were talking about that. Me, I'm just want the games to work. Somebody here on this website gave it a 9.1. I give it a 0.0 right now until I know those original Tomb Raider games are decently playable. This is a rumor, not a fact, but people are talking about this, saying that maybe Helldivers 2 might make its way to the Xbox someday. Even though Sony Interactive Entertainment is the publisher of Helldivers 2, people are thinking that they might still put it out on Xbox just to have more platforms to have it on, to maybe make more money off of it or something. I forgot who was the main person here. I hear that they're in early discussions with Microsoft and Xbox and Microsoft are in early discussions with them about trying to port Helldivers 2 to Xbox. I'm trying to think here. I forgot who else was making it. What else did they say was making it or made the game? Developed by Arrowhead Game Studios, yes. But it's published by Sony's for PC and PlayStation 5. So Sony is the publisher of it. Arrowhead Game Studios is the creator of Helldivers 2 and the Helldivers games. But if they do decide they want to try to put it on Xbox, a lot of people have been saying that. Even on the PlayStation side, the PlayStation people were saying, yeah, bring Helldivers 2 to Xbox as well. And I'm like, okay, because that's one thing you all agree on. I like watching people play the game. I'm not one of those guys that would play the game, even though it is like, it's like, what do you call it? Trying to think of the name. I'm blanking on the name of the movie because I'm very stupid. Not Earth Defense Force. I'm thinking of Earth Defense Force. No, I'm thinking of Mars Attacks, Earth Defense Force. Too many weird movies. The one with the bugs and it has the ladies and the guns. It has Michael Ironside. I know what it is. I know the movie. I'm trying to just not look it up. It's on the tip of my tongue, folks. I hate that one. I do this every time. You hear me every time, and I always have a brain lock on something. And I'm eventually going to figure it out. It's just going to take me a second. Oh, shit, Mr. Mike. Shit. The bugs and I know the cast pretty well. Oh, God. It's in my mind. It just won't let me speak it. It just won't let me speak it. I gotta look it up. Starship Troopers, you son of a bitch, Mr. Mike. I had to look it up, folks. My brain was steaming. I could see steam coming out of my ears. Yes, I am sorry. Starship Troopers. The game is like Starship Troopers, yes, but it's still something I just not going to play. Because it's an online game, sort of, with other people. But I guess you could play by yourself, but why? Why? But there's, I guess, backroom talks of maybe trying to get Helldivers 2 on Xbox. Hey, Sony and Arrowhead Studios want to make more money. Why not put it out on something else? They got it on PC and PlayStation. Why not port it to Xbox? If it ain't going to cost them that much more money to do so, I don't know how much extra different things they got to do with it, except change the game game button configurations or something, but that's about it. But yeah, we'll see. I was going to talk about this, but I'll cancel that. Take-Two announced layoffs. This was back on April 16th. I know we're on the 25th here. This happened on the 16th or something. So Take-Two announced layoffs while canceling multiple in-development projects. So the publisher is laying off around 5% of its workforce, or around 579 workers. I wonder if this has to do with the GTA 6 troubled, non-spoken but troubled development, because people didn't want to go back to work. I wonder how many of those 579 workers were from the GTA 6 development as well. I don't know. But CEO Strauss Zelnick stated before that he had no plans for layoffs amid its planned cost reduction program. But guess what? Layoffs happened. So even big publishers like Take-Two lay off a lot of people, because why not? Let's see here. Take-Two stated it expects to incur between $160 to $200 million in total charges, with $120 million to $140 million related title cancellations. Its plan has been in the works since at least February. We haven't put any meat on the bones of that yet. I would just like to know our biggest line item of expense is actually marketing. Blah, 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 blah. Yeah, whatever, dude. Basically, it's another big video game publisher knocking back at their workforce a little bit. Even though they're working on trying to get a game like GTA 6 out the door, wouldn't any of those 579 workers be useful to doing that? I don't know. But that's what's happening. So nobody's safe from getting let go in the video game industry. That's why it's such a harsh industry to develop games in, and I'm glad I don't try to do that. I'm glad I don't know how to program or anything like that, because that'd be a hard industry. But then if I did know how to make games and program and stuff, I'd probably try to make something by myself, because that's just how you do it. Make some indie project that could blow up and become something really awesome. And that's just me. Hey, did you hear that EA is increasing its price of its subscription service, EA Play? So it's going from EA Play it states that Electronic Arts is planning to increase the standard tier of EA Play from $4.99 to $5.99 per month, or for those who prefer to pay a year in advance, the price will increase from $29.99 to $39.99, so $10 increase. In contrast, the Pro tier of EA Play will increase from a monthly fee of $14.99 to $16.99, or $119.99 annually, which is a $20 increase. And I say, why? And I don't think that affects anything for people that have EA Play and Game Pass and stuff. But people are wondering what's going to happen with EA Play and Game Pass if EA is trying to up the cost of EA Play and stuff like that. Is it going to be worth it for them to keep it on Game Pass? Because shit, I don't really play any EA's stuff on Game Pass. I usually just buy the games from them on other stuff, and on Game Pass I just really didn't, they don't make too many games that I want to play nowadays. I have all their games from before when they used to make good games, but now it's just like, what games would make me want to go and buy EA Play nowadays? I don't know. Doesn't make no sense. They make no sense. It's like Ubisoft Plus. Makes no sense for Ubisoft to come out with their own subscription-based video game service when you don't really have the content to do so. Microsoft could do a Game Pass because they could get games from many publishers out there, and they give them good fair deals, and they make games. I don't know. We're getting late here in the podcast, and I gotta head on to bed soon. So I'm just gonna rush through these other ones. So this is basically me gonna comment on these titles. So City Skylines 2 developer refunds DLC, admits it rushed it out, and apologizes for disgruntled players. So basically, I guess City Skylines 2 rushed out some DLC. For City Skylines 2, it's what was it called? Let's see here. I'm looking. It was called the Beaches one. It was like, what was it? The Beach Properties DLC doesn't include beaches. That's funny. It was called Beach Properties DLC. And isn't City Skylines 2 still broken? Isn't it still harshly broken on PC and stuff? That's what I still understand and hear too, because I wanted to play it. I wanted to do the first gameplay of City Skylines 2 when it first came out, and that game was garbagely broken. It ran like dog shit on my super beast of a computer. It would definitely not capture. And then it crashed. And then I said, well, I'm just deleting you until this game is working. And it seems like they were working more on this DLC, which doesn't include beaches, even though it's in the title. And they weren't fixing the game. I don't know. I might have to try to download and try out City Skylines 2. Is it something that people might want to play? First one's amazing. First City Skylines, I highly recommend get it. It's totally worth it. This seems like a trash fire. It seems like they just really fucked themselves. They did an EA, like EA did with SimCity. They just did an EA to City Skylines 2. And they had all the goodwill in the world, and they just flushed it down the toilet with City Skylines 2. And now with the DLC out, so we got that. Little Big Planet 3 servers are officially shut down indefinitely, Sony confirms. More than 10 million levels are now offline or deleted, depending on what Sony does behind the scenes. I'm sure they deleted them. So they were having some issues with Little Big Planet 3 servers on the PlayStation 4 and stuff like that. And they were like, oh, well, we're having issues on there. It's a game that's came out or it launched on the PS3 and PS4 back in 2014. And it's been a while. So they're like, hey, we got with all these problems behind the scenes with the online and stuff, or maybe some server stuff was going on. Why don't we just shut down the servers and not have to worry? And then it's like, hey, sorry guys, the servers are shut down without giving any players any time, ample time to try to download and back up any of these gameplay levels and stuff from the internet and stuff. They're just like, no, we're done, washing our hands of it. Because that's how Sony treats their legacy products, their legacy software. They don't give a fucking shit. They just say, hey, okay, we're done. We're not selling any more Little Big Planets, this or that. So why should we care about anything or any gamer out there? We'll just flush it down the toilet. And that's what they did with this franchise. They flushed it down the toilet. I love Little Big Planet. I have Little Big Planet 1 and 2. I don't have 3, but that might change. But I love Little Big Planet. I haven't played any Little Big Planet anything for a long time. I like Little Big Karting, and I love Little Big Planet. Consider me one of those fools that I love trying to build crazy, weird levels. And Little Big Planet has all the tools, more tools than I ever even understood to build stuff with, even though I never got around to it. You know, Mario Maker was easier to build stuff with. Mario Maker is definitely easier to build stuff with, or should I say Mario Maker 2. And a little bit it was a learning curve to figure out how to do certain things, build stuff, all that stuff. But it was fun. It was fun. And I loved playing other people's levels with Sackboy and stuff. And I loved, doing my own stuff. And then all the way to Little Big Planet 3, you could do some amazing stuff. You could make some arcade games and all this other shit. They really took Little Big Planet 3 and turned it into like a Minecraft all on its own. And then they did Little Big Karting and stuff. I like that. You make your own racetracks and stuff like that. I loved playing that on my PS3 and PS Vita, which I still have. And that game was so much fun. And I loved building the racetracks and racing around and stuff, even though I never played online. I don't think I ever played a single thing online with other players. I played with friends, I think, with theirs, but I loved doing that stuff. And it's sad that Sony doesn't give a shit about the franchise. They don't give a shit about Media Molecule. They just own it. If they feel like Media Molecule ain't doing them any favors and not making them any more money on future products or whatever, depending on who's still left at Media Molecule from all this, they're going to flush Media Molecule down the toilet. I could tell. They're going to flush that studio and everything that they worked hard on. It's all going to go down the drain. And it's going to be sad when they do that, because then it's like, well, there goes all those future creations. Instead of just let them become their own studio again or whatever, or make it their own studio, and then somebody else like Microsoft might buy them up and make them, I don't know. I have my own thoughts on that, but it's sad. It's sad, and I feel sorry for people that create all these levels, put them up online for all these people to share and see and try out, and it just all gets unplugged. One day, unplugged. But that's the games industry, folks, and backwards compatibility and product protection and longevity is not a thing that the industry wants to do. Nope. Even the ESA has been cock-blocking all that shit for a while now. Only Microsoft cares about backwards compatibility and longevity of games. Maybe it's because they got a gaming service called Game Pass that they want to focus on making sure these games work great on future consoles and PC hardware. That could just be me, but that's what I think. You know what is... Who's thinking that Embracer Group? Nothing. Nobody. Nope. Nobody. Even the CEO himself, Lars Wingefors, that's his name. Lars Wingefors, the CEO, or the controversial CEO of Embracer Group, he decided to and said one day, you know what? we're going to split this company into 3 separate companies. How's that work? I don't know. But I guess it works out in that other lands of craziness of businesses. Because I guess they're splitting them in 3 different companies because they think they're going to get funding for each company. Each company will be a separate publicly listed company, Embracer said. How's that possible? And how can he run 3 different companies? I thought you're only allowed to run 1 company, 1 corporate entity. I don't know. But Embracer Group has announced its intent to split into 3 separate companies: Asmodee Group, Coffee Stain and Friends, and Middle Earth Enterprises and Friends. Sounds like a Saturday morning cartoon series to me, folks. You want to watch Coffee Stain and Friends? Or how about Middle Earth Enterprises and Friends? That's like the whole Garfield and Friends. He must have been watching a lot of Garfield and Friends. And what's the Asmodee Group? I don't know, the Asmodee Group. And I'm looking at this guy's picture, the CEO, a.k.a. Lars Wingefor's picture, and he just looks like a total jackass. Total dummy-ass jackass. He doesn't look like he can run a taco stand. What can I say? And he can't even run this company. How is he going to run a taco stand? I don't think he can. I don't think he's a good CEO. So that's enough about the Embracer Group. So they're split into 3 different stupid companies, and they own the Tomb Raider IP and everything else. And I'm just like shaking my head like, what are you fuckers going to do with another? What are you guys going to do with another? That's why they should allow, and that'll never happen, they should allow these certain people, these higher up, decent people, to have like the keys to that kind of stuff so they can go, well, you don't want anything. You don't really like our games, and you're trying to close down Crystal Dynamics. Why don't we just take our studio back for ourselves, and then we get the Tomb Raider IP with us as well, huh? Just like how what's their names did with the Hitman series. They took themselves back. Bungie took themselves back. Not that helped Bungie at all. Who else? Toys for Bob just took themselves back, and now they're making games, even though they're still making for Microsoft and Xbox and stuff, but still, they're just working on it. Companies. Not always the easiest to run if you don't know what you're doing. And then the final game news stuff for this show today. And this is ROG Ally Talk, folks. Good ROG Ally Talk. The ROG Ally gaming handheld is finally getting its frame boosting feature that apparently a lot of people have been waiting for. I think all of my games look good on this device. I guess this is going to make them a lot better. I don't know. It's using AMD's fluid motion frame support technology. Is coming to the ROG Ally in tomorrow's update. So tomorrow, that means today. Because this is published yesterday, 24 hours ago. So that must mean it's out now. I didn't use my ROG Ally yet, so I don't know nothing about it. But I do know about AMD's fluid motion frame support. It's basically doing what DLSS and all those other technologies from like NVIDIA do. And they smooth out the frames. They make more of them. And, like generated AI type of frames, and to make games play and look better and stuff like that. So that's what they're doing here. Let's see here. Okay, so back in January, Asus revealed that it would be bringing its support for the AMD Fluid Motion Frames, AFMF, to the ROG Ally in future update. It's been a few months, but now Asus has finally revealed the AFMF support will release for the gaming handheld on April 25th, 2024. That's today. Well, the update includes a few bug fixes and enhancements. The AFMF support really is the most important part of it. So what does it do? This is technology-based designed by AMD that makes games run more smoothly by generating, like I said, additional frames. In other words, it is increasing the frame rate for added motion clarity, which in turn provides better gaming performance. So get ready for smoother gaming sessions on your Asus ROG Ally. Like I said, I never really had any problems with any of that. I didn't even turn on any of the other technologies that they have, the many other frame technologies and stuff that they have on that thing. I just have it on like 1080p, 60 frames, low light, because the thing's so bright, you don't need the light on super big, unless if you're going outside to play it. But yeah. But I guess it's still more technology to put in there. And Asus has been really good at supporting the ROG Ally. And I'm very proud of them of that. I'm very, very proud of them of that. I'm a big supporter of the device. And I'm glad they're a big supporter of their own device. And when everybody supports the device and you got all these people out there that like the device as well, I guess they sold enough to say, hey, let's do some fun here. I don't know. It's an amazing device, and like I said, once the 1 year comes up in June, and I have my new updated review of the Asus ROG Ally 1 year in, I'm telling you, it's gonna be a lot of good stuff to talk about. Not that just because I'm a fanboy of it. It's just because it's really been it's been a game changer. Let's just say, as a device that I like to play video games on. And playing that more than a Switch or a console or even sometimes my PC, that is a game changer. And playing the big tentpole games that you can play on any of these devices and playing on the ROG Ally with a really good screen and really good controls like an Xbox, and at least in my case, it makes me happy as a gamer. I'm one happy gamer. So everybody, I'm done with this podcast. I think it's time to go. I got to get to bed. I'm going to have a snack first, then I'll get to bed. So everybody, thank you for joining me for this podcast. Like I said, email me at oldfreakygamer@gmail.com. Comment on the comments below on YouTube, this YouTube video page. Let me know about the theme music that I have here that has been generated by AI. I got more. Maybe I'll let those play on other shows. I'll play them out for you guys so you can hear what I have created. And like I said, won't have a stream. I didn't have a stream last Friday, but I will have a stream this Friday when you're watching and listening into this podcast, because this is the next week. So I will. Hopefully it'll be Fallout 4, but we'll see how it works on the PC and everything. Like I said, I'll test it out. Maybe I'll make a Let's Play of it as well. If it all works out, then I'll do that. And we'll see if what else could go on. So everybody, thank you. Thank you one and all. I'm Mr. Mike. This has been the GamezAttack podcast, episode 28. Thank you for joining me. I thank you again. So everybody, game on, game hard, world conquest. I'm pushing this gaming button. This show is now game over. So everybody, peace out and game on.
Love the chase and the hunt, and I set the pace when I'm running. I always take what I want and I always give it 100. Don't need a bank, no, I'm funded. Play the game like it's nothing. I'm always thankful for something. Don't take for granted, stay humble. Now wake up, it's time to look at the enemy. Look in the mirror if he is no friend to me. It's not working out, maybe it's the chemistry. It's time to break up so I can make a better me. Better believe in your mind, cause it's everything. You can mold, shape, find almost anything. All it takes is some time and some clarity to find your identity. It's mind over everything. And when I feel like this, I'm immortal. When I feel like this, I'm immortal.
That's a good game.
Enjoy your gaming.
Dude, go fuck yourself.